All right, Math 8, this is our homework help video. We are going to be solving equations, one-step equations, but in these one-step equations, we have fractions, okay? So we're going to isolate the variable a by using inverse operations. This is a positive 3 over 7 on this side. So the only way to get a by itself is to do the inverse of a positive 3 over 7 by subtracting 3 over 7 on both sides, sorry. We subtract 3 over 7 on both sides. All right, so when you subtract 3 over 7 minus 3 over 7, that's 0, and I'm left with positive a on this side. Bring down the equal. When I subtract fractions here, I have a common denominator that stays the same. I subtract 4 minus 3, which is 1. So my answer here is 1 over 7. Let's go to this side. To get g by itself over here, this is division. The opposite of division is to multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 1/2. When I multiply this side by 1/2, I get 1 times 4. That gives me 4 on the top. I get 2 times 3 here. That gives me 6 on the bottom. I'm going to reduce this fraction here. When I reduce, I'll go up here and reduce. Hold on, move this out the way. Okay. When I reduce this fraction, 4 over 6, I'm going to divide both sides by, both the top and the bottom by 2. That gives me 2 over 3. Okay. So this is 2 over 3. Bring down the equal. When I multiply, this cancels out, and I'm left with just g. Okay. Let's do the next one. Here, in order to get k by itself, this is multiplication. So I'm going to divide both sides, or when you divide fractions, that's the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. When you find the reciprocal of a fraction, that means you flip the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of negative 1 over 3 is negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. So I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 3 over 1. Here, when I multiply by negative 3 over 1, this gives me a negative 21. Well, negative times a negative gives me a positive 21, over 6. Bring down the equal. When I multiply this side by its reciprocal, that gives me just 1. And if I do that out to the side so you can see it, you get negative 1 over 3 times negative 3 over 1. A negative times a negative is going to make this a positive. Positive 3 over positive 3, that's going to give me what? A positive 1. So this is positive 1k or just k. Okay? And you need to reduce this fraction. Let's reduce it. You can reduce by dividing both the top and the bottom by 3. This gives me 7 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So 7 over 2. You can keep it as an improper fraction, or you convert to a mixed number. Okay? The mixed number here, you divide to get a mixed number. Remember that the 7, the numerator is going to go here as your dividend. The denominator is your divisor. It goes here. 2 goes into 7 2 times. Well, more than 2. Goes in 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 7 is going to be 1. So you're going to take your remainder and make it into a numerator. Your denominator stays the same, which was 2. So this is 3.5, or you can leave it as 7 over 2. All right. Okay, it's a little dark. Sorry about that. Number 4. To get r by itself here, you're going to add 8 over 5 to both sides. 8 over 5 to both sides. You have a common denominator, so you're going to add your numerators together. That's going to give us 17 over 5. Bring down the equal. When I add this together, it gives me 0. Negative 8 over 5 plus 8 over 5 is 0. And I'm left with r. Okay? You can leave it as an improper fraction that's reduced, or you can change it to a mixed number by dividing. Your numerator is going to be your dividend. Your denominator is your divisor. 5 goes into 17 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. The remainder here is 3. You use your remainder as your numerator. Your denominator, which was 5, stays the same. This is your mixed number. Okay? All right, and see if you can do the other 4 on your own. If you haven't started the project, okay, and you not sure what points to use, let's start in the first quadrant, okay? And what you can do, we need 10 ordered pairs. So you're going to draw a simple picture. My simple picture, like I said in the directions, is going to be the heart. So I'm going to draw the heart. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Okay. So we're going to label this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and L. Okay, so I have more than enough points. All right, so I'm going to start with A. Okay, start with A. A is right here. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6, comma 12 is A. 6, comma 12 is A. So my pre-image A is 6, comma 12. All right. B is right here. I went over 5 and up to 13. 5, 13 is B. 5, 13 is B. Remember, X, Y, left, right first, up, down second. Let's look at where C is. C is right here. I went over 3 and up to 15. So 3, comma 15 is C. 3, comma 15. D, I went over 1 and up to 13. So this is 113 for D. D is 1, comma 13. All right. E, I went over 2 and up 9. So E is 2, comma 9. F is over 4 and up to 6. So that's 4, comma 6. Okay. G is over to 6 and up 3. Over 6 and up 3. So 6, 3. G is 6, comma 3. H is over to 8 and up to 5. 8, comma 5. H, 8, comma 5. I, let's see, over to 11 and up to 10. 11, comma 10. 11, comma 10 for I. Okay. J is over 11 and up to 12. 11, comma 12 for J. Okay. K, let's see how far I go over for K. K is over 10 and up to 14. 10 up 14. K is 10 and up 14. L is over 8 and up 14. 8, 14 is L. And then we are back at A again. So I've done all of the first step. This is my pre-image. This is what it looks like. It's all on my points on the first quadrant, and all I did was a heart. Okay, slide it up a little bit so you can see all those little pairs. I did a heart. This down here is G. Sorry about that. So this is my pre-image. You see no tick marks on this, and I did more than 10 points in the first quadrant. Okay, so that is the very first step. My second step, what I could do is I could just come up with a transformation. I may want to move this to, I can move this to this quadrant down here. So I could move it down. I say I could move it down at least maybe 15 and then over to the right one. So I could go 15 down and to the right one. Okay, and you can do however you want to do to move it down here. You can go down 16. You can move it over to this one. You can go over 11. I don't know. However you choose that you want to do this, you slide it over and up. Okay. All right. So you make that choice about how you want to do your transformation for step 2. But this is just a start on the project. All right. Have a good one.